Welcome back, everyone, to our live. We're your hosts, Noah and Caesar, with your virtual adjuster. So today we have a very special show for you guys, a really fun stream. Me and Caesar have been sitting here and talking to you guys a bunch about how public adjusting works, what you can do as a contractor to be better for you, for your team, and the benefits of using a PA. So finally today we are able to bring on two very special people, masterminds behind the Bulldog Adjusters and your virtual adjuster company. So we're going to bring on Aaron Singer and Vince Lefton. Let's bring them on. Who's playing that? You are, Caesar?
Yeah, I'm sorry. So, Aaron and Vince, yay! Thanks so much for being here.
Oh, thank you. And by the way, no, thank you for that intro. That's the nicest intro I've ever had before. You know?
Yeah, I was happy. My name correct. The singer part was hard, I know.
You guys were supposed to run, as the intro.
Yeah. It was the lights.
Your producer didn't tell us anything.
I thought
man.
Yeah, you can call us down and I come running down the stage with my little things out here. But
Vince, you are going to need to speak up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to speak up because, okay, not a problem. You hear me better now?
There you go. There you go. So,
kind of better. Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for being here. I mean, if we talk about people who are busy in this company, yeah, these two are the busiest, right? And I gotta say, it's a great pleasure. Today is a very special show. One, because we got Vince and Aaron. Two, that I'm going to keep till the end of the show. Okay, but I gotta say, from my end, I had the experiences. Some of you guys know if you've been following us. I am in Texas, so the guys are in Florida, and I had the chance of meeting Vince. I haven't had the chance of meeting Aaron in person, and I can tell you that again, like I mentioned with Isabel, in that event that we met. I mean, they attract people. They attract people not only because they are business savvy, but also because of the type of persons they are. So that's so cool, and that's something that we appreciate here in the company, right? And yeah, I'm not butt kissing, by the way, but it's the truth, right?
You're really good at kissing butt. You've been doing that recently.
Wait, what can I say? I'm old. I know what to do, but not. Just kidding. So
I'm getting some good tips from you.
So yeah, Bixby is replying, you don't know anything about butt kissing. So anyway, so it is a great opportunity to have both of them here, because this company is basically their baby, right? They came up with the idea. They came up with everything. They organized everything. So if we are here in front of the camera, Noah and I are here, is because of them. So we thank you so much. And I'm pretty sure that everybody in the team and the offices in their houses who are working, we thank you. We appreciate you so freaking much. So thank you guys for
hey man,
being
I hope
here.
my wife watches this.
yes,
Yeah.
you know what, Isabel, if you're watching, you can take some tips from Caesar.
And dudes, if you have your box of tissues, bring them out.
Texas, just because of how much appreciation you show and how much, I don't need to talk to anybody else today. I feel great about it.
Hey man, I'm just being totally honest. I mean, it's so cool, and this is exactly what we wanted to talk to you guys about. We've had Aldo, we've had Isabel, Diana, Alfredo, Adonis. We've got the whole team here, but we wanted to interview you because we want to know how everything started. So the first question that we got for you: how did you guys meet? That's the first question.
Do I tell the real version or the fake version?
The real one.
All right. So
Aaron came in and I played show. His friend brought him in and it was show and tell that day. And so
can I tell it properly?
Where? Show and tell in school?
When I was in ninth grade, I had a classmate who was Vince's best friend. They could not be more different. Vince is like 6'3". He's like 5'3". All right, I'll say his real height because he's probably watching. 5'6". They were like best friends. And then he decided to bring Vince for show and tell. Now, we didn't have show and tell in ninth grade, but one day Vince shows up to school, and I'm probably like, 120 pounds, 5'7", right? 14-year-old, and Vince is like this this monster. The first thing he said to me was, "Punch for punch." And I'm looking up at it like, "What?" Right? Like he didn't say, "Hi, I'm Vince, I'm Matt." So we met when we were 14 for the first time. I declined the punch for punch wisely, and that's how we did.
Where's that from?
Years
Punch
old.
for punch. Where did you get that?
That's like a boy thing, back in the early 2000s, late
Okay.
90s. We like to punch each other for fun.
Okay.
It was a way to show who's more manly.
Yeah,
You know.
and I didn't want to be part of that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Still isn't.
Smart thinking.
So that's a sweet way to meet somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was love at first sight.
Clearly, I mean, you guys have been together for how many years now?
Let's talk about something else.
Ay, come on. And look, just for the record, most of my best friends wanted to kick my ass before being friends because of my face, because I look too cocky, I guess. I don't know. So think about it. But anyway, now.
Yeah, because
Yeah, you're breaking up, man. Sorry.
oh, you were breaking up. There we go.
Oh,
I didn't know we were dating.
now turns out that everybody's breaking up.
But really?
Now,
Are we good? You guys hear us? Aaron,
Yeah.
say something.
Yeah. I hear you
I
guys.
hear you.
Okay.
Hi,
There we go.
go.
we hear you.
There you go. Hi. So you guys met. You wanted to punch Aaron, but that didn't happen. Thank God. Right. So before
Well,
Bulldog,
Peter,
what were you guys doing?
So we started Bulldog when we were really young. We were 21. I was 21. He was 22. So there was not a lot of opportunity to do a lot of things. Before that, we've kind of been doing this ever since for the last almost 14 years now.
Yeah.
And what did it start off as?
We were just a normal public adjusting firm, right, in South Florida. We started off, how do you gain business with no money and no experience at all? You go knock doors, right? So we went out
In August in Miami.
every day. Some of us were successful. This guy. Some of us were not. That guy. What ended up happening is I just wanted to be out of the heat, and my goal was to get into air conditioning, and that involved getting someone to let me into their home and let me look at some damages. And it's been a learning experience ever since. And we just basically been trying to evolve every single day and get better and create a better process and service for our customers and our contractors at this point. And it's been basically an evolution from there. Every learning lesson, we try to make it better. And we've grown it to where it is today.
And what led you guys from Bulldog Adjusters to creating your virtual adjuster?
So your virtual adjuster was created. We saw a need in the market for, there's a big void with handling residential losses around the country, purely on logistics, right? It takes time and effort to really get a homeowner what they need, right? And a lot of that time is involved in scoping losses and creating estimates and really negotiating out a claim. And because of that, public adjusters, and no fault to themselves, is really, you have to put in the time and it has to be worth it for you. So you have a $1 million loss or $100,000 loss, or it'll handle Mrs. Smith's $20,000 loss. You're going to choose one because you only have a certain amount of time in the day to handle them. And it makes complete sense. But that leaves Mrs. Smith high and dry and completely without coverage of a public adjuster. So we said, how do we solve that need? If I take away the boots on the ground model and not have to send anybody out there, and create some technologies that can help me bridge that gap, we can then start to really help the Mrs. and Mrs. Smith, Mr. and Mrs. Smiths of the world that are hundreds, thousands of claims around the country that have no representation and really no one wanting to represent them because of purely economics.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So let me ask you guys. Right now, for your virtual adjuster, technology is like, a must, right? We got the app, we got the web-based app, right? So how did you decide? I mean, because you were the ones basically who conceived the idea of coming up with something, related to technology. Who was the one that says, something, let's go ahead and do an app, or let's do something, and why? What was the motivation behind it?
It didn't start with technology. It started with trying to get roofers to send us claims. And what we were getting back from the roofer made it impossible to move forward with the claim. So we had to find a structure, a bridge really, to get the information we needed. And then we kind of slowly found our way into, developing apps and so forth.
Same way like we started knocking doors and now we're here. It was an evolution, right? We're just trying to find a problem, solve the problem. That's how NASA gets to Mars, right? You're not getting to Mars just like build a rocket, you'll get there. Yeah, there's a bunch of problems you're going to solve on the way there that you have to solve. So every time we do something, there's another problem, which is a great problem to have because you're pushing the limits. And when you push limits, you're going to get problems and you break things. And every time we break something and we have to fix it, that's process. So how do you handle volume claims? So that was our first problem. So back in our early career, we were building a volume model of handling South Florida residential property claims. So we were, how do I handle that? It's just two of us. We need more of us. Now let's hire staff to do processing so we can handle sales. Now you get rid of yourself and handle sales. Now you need more process and more communication, more SOPs and things like that. So we started to really create layer by layer by layer by layer. And then on top of that foundation of layers, we then added technology, and now we have your virtual adjuster.
Awesome. And it's from my end, transitioning from one department to another. Right now, I'm seeing another aspect. Let's call it like that. When it comes to the contractors, when it comes to the homeowners as well. Using the app, using the technology, and basically enjoying the services that we provide. Right. So basically, this idea of using technology is actually helping a lot with the contractors' processes, which I'm pretty sure that that's what you guys have in mind, right? But I do have to ask you. We got the app, web-based, the mobile app, right now for Android, Apple. What's next?
Oh, that's a secret.
There you go.
So I think the trend is kind of if you really think about it, you can see it. What we're trying to do, we're trying to really, really just plug all those holes, right? Not to go back to go back to what I said before is right. Just because we have an app, right, solve one problem, but you have other things, right? Communication, how useful is it, different features, different things for certain contractors do it a certain way, and now you have to create a bunch of features that may solve half of your market. Then 25% of your market does it this way, 10% does it that way. So we're constantly trying to evolve that ability and service. And then you just get into different things we're doing with the technology, and then using that technology to create other verticals and avenues. Can this now be used for direct to consumer, direct to homeowner? Can we use our app to really bridge that gap, not to cut contractors out, but if homeowners are looking for public adjusters, can we help more homeowners with the app that are coming directly to us? So.
Okay.
We're constantly, trying to constantly evolve it, grow it, build it, to build the biggest building and biggest public adjustment.
Yeah, as you create a solution, you don't intend that it can solve other problems, but then you start to see those problems outside of what you're solving, and you continue going in that direction.
Agree.
What's been your biggest challenge through this process?
Aaron.
Damn.
I love his serious face.
Biggest challenge for the last 13, 14 years, not just in this process, but we didn't come into this being software developers, and we spent a lot of time and money doing that. So this has been a learning curve for us. We thought we can build something. Why can't this be done in a matter of hours or a matter of a day? But, not having that background and understanding that development takes time, and we are impatient people. So we want things done, yesterday. Having to, understand that it takes time to develop, and we have ideas on the plate that have to get developed, and then we have new ideas, and keep that going in the right direction. That's definitely been a challenge for us.
Patience, really. Understanding the opportunity, and really totally piggyback on what Aaron's saying. When you have a lot of opportunities coming fast, and what technology has really done for us is those opportunities happen very fast, and they want to be moving very quickly. So we still have to keep in mind is development takes time, right? And we can't just run out the gate. We're very much those people who used to run out the gate a lot, and technology has kind of given us that patience. Like, I can scream and shout all as I want. I can freak out and say we need to have it today, but then there's just the facts and the reality of you're not going to have it for 2 weeks. So sit down and you shut up and buckle up.
Oh yeah, we definitely
been humble.
for sure, but opportunities have come our way that we had never even considered because we have something that others don't have. And, somehow like we're going to go in that direction, but we still trying to win the battle that we're in. So that's balancing that has definitely been humbling.
Yeah. Handle the now, but plan for the future.
Correct.
From like a business standpoint, business minds, you guys seem like you want to check off a bunch of different aspects to help the homeowners and the roofers themselves. Some people think you should focus on, in general, people should focus on one thing. Why do you guys want to do a bunch of different?
So I still think at our core, we are focusing on one thing, and that's helping homeowners and their claim and getting them paid, right? So that's the core. Like it all comes back that the funnel leads to one place. That's Bulldog Adjusters, and that's getting homeowners paid. The getting wide is really where and how we're getting that business, and who we're helping, and who's coming along, which partners will be with us. Is it direct to consumer where it's homeowners who need help? Wonderful. Or is it a contractor who has homeowners that need help and we partner to help that homeowner, right? But at the core, we are still helping homeowners. I don't represent insurance companies. I don't represent contractors.
Right.
We work with contractors. They're partners with us. But I don't represent them. I represent Mrs. Smith. That's the core. So like we keep to that core, help Mrs. Smith, because Mrs. Smith could be my grandmother, my mother, my sister, could be my house. So I got to help Mrs. Smith. And then how we get business and how we do, and all these things, services, the app really built for contractors and so on, was because that's how we're gonna get business. We know the need, they have a need, and at the core, we're still helping Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, I think the technology is really just widening the channels, right? So we have bigger lanes, for information and to move things faster and to, to get to more people. But the core hasn't changed at all.
That's I think that's something that everybody's noticing. Because when we talk to homeowners, right, that's what I get. Okay, so this is going to be easier, right? Yes, this is going to be easier. This is going to be faster, right? Yes, this is going to be faster. I'm going to be in the loop, right? Yes, you're going to be in the loop. That's something that it's being transmitted, that homeowners are realizing, that it's not just that the contractor came by and he referred me to this public adjusting firm that I don't know what a public adjuster is, but they are aware of it. They're finding out, right? And they are seeing a difference, right? And some of them, at least one of them told me, thank God that I didn't do it on my own. That's actually, I think that
the best compliment.
And what you're talking about, Vince, because at the end of the day, yes, the like you said, we are partnering up with contractors. They're a big part of our business, but at the end of the day, what we are doing is that we're focusing on the client, right? And we are getting the client paid, right? So that's actually the something that they are seeing. And
right. To that point, Caesar, insurance companies spend billions of dollars a year on marketing, right? And property insurance, auto as well. But if you look at the difference, compare auto commercials compared to property commercials. Auto commercials, yes, they talk about claims, but a lot of it's about, get your best quote, so on and so forth. It's about price, right? Who can get race to the bottom? Who's going to give me the best coverage, comparable coverage at the cheapest price? That's all we all care about, right? Right? It's all going to cover me. They're all big names. They're not going out of business. Wonderful. In property, you never hear about price. All you hear about is how wonderful their claim process is. You're in good hands, X, Y, and Z, so on and so forth, right? That's because they want you to think, I have a claim, my insurance company take care of me, right? Like the word of God, like the Constitution, everything like that. This is the standard. And if they brainwashed people that State Farm's going to take care of them, Allstate's going to take care of them because I pay them $3,000 a year, they're going to pay me what I'm owed. No, I'm sorry, Mrs. Smith, that's not what happens. And you'll find out. You can try to do it yourself. I'm more than welcome. But when you get $4,000 for your $20,000 roof, you're going to see they really don't have you in mind. You're a number again. It's not your premium you're paying them. You're claim number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's the thing. People don't know that until they have to go through the experience.
Yeah, and fortunately for people and unfortunately for people, they're probably only going to do it once in their lifetime, maybe two.
Right.
So like, it's a brand new experience to them, and in brand new experiences, you are you're there for the taking for them to the disadvantage of understanding and experience.
When people ask us what we do, they always come back with, after we explain, they always come back with, oh, I wish I had known about you when I had every single.
Right.
every time.
You know, in certain areas, you know, people are going to have more claims, right? We live in Florida. You know, we're going to have a storm every, you know, let's say 10 years. So people are a little bit more acclimated to it, right? But, you know, you live in the middle of America, hail doesn't hit you, tornado don't hit you, which is few and far between. What do you ever, you know, God forbid you have a fire. That's really it. You know, you have a big time flood, but like majority of people probably aren't making a claim in their lifetime. So the one time they do, they're ready to be taken advantage of.
Yep.
Statistically, I think it's about 3 claims in every 100 homeowner policies. So think about that, right? You know, not many claims are being filed. That's 3%.
And it's not an easy process. It's arduous. There's a lot of details and nuance that really, really matter, right? That you really put, you know, you can put an insurance company's feet to a fire, or they can put your feet to a fire if you don't know what you're doing.
Are we scared? Noah, she looks scared.
No. This is my listening face.
I'm never buying a house.
No, but it's true. I mean, I've mentioned this many times before. Here in this area in Texas, we don't get tornadoes, we don't get hurricanes, we get hailstorms, but not every single year. So if one hits and there's a homeowner who wants to file a claim, they don't know what to do, you know. So it is a convenience to have a public adjuster when you don't know, right? But at the same time, the figure of the public adjuster, like I've mentioned before, in this area, it's unknown, technically, because of that, because of the lack of weather events. However, it is happening because we do have a few contractors here in this area that partner with us, right? They are filing claims for those contractors. I can tell you in El Paso, I'm at, they are filing claims here in El Paso. So the word is out, and believe me, when those homeowners get paid, they will talk about it. They will recommend the contractor and obviously your YVA, right? So that is happening. Now, moving on, I do want to ask you guys, I've been here for almost 2 years. I've seen the changes. I've seen almost, Vince.
I felt like it was longer, to be honest. So I felt like it was 3, but
really?
I'll take it where I know. I just love you so much that I just was hoping that it was longer.
Let's make it 5 for you, man.
I was also hoping that I was gonna keep more hair, and you're like my barometer of like hair loss.
Oh man.
So like,
Nah, man.
like I got another year out of this, and I'm like, crap, it's coming faster than I think.
I haven't seen you that few hairs long ago, man. So that I can tell you.
Thanks.
But what I can tell you guys is I saw the changes. I went through the changes. I saw the ideas coming up, right? And everything that that has been created, made, thought about, etc. However, I gotta ask, what has been the most challenging thing for you guys, both as business partners, both as managing the whole company, the staff, everything? What has been the most challenging thing for you guys?
For me,
Yes.
patience, right? Because Vince and I sit in our little cubicle and sharpen our pencils.
little man.
Hey, you don't tell people that.
Little.
No, but we have ideas, and we're not the executors, right? We have a management structure that builds everything and runs everything for us.
We've been in the past.
Correct, but at this point, we're not. And you have an idea, and you believe the idea is going to benefit the business, and you're anxious to get the idea done and executed. And that's been, I've learned I got to be patient, right? I got to monitor, make sure that we're going the right direction.
This is recorded, correct?
And live.
Sure, I want to play this later.
Nah.
I'm still going to be impatient. It's not going to change anything. But being patient, I think, for me has been the biggest challenge.
You mean in 14 years? What's the biggest challenge, or right now?
Well, Caesar prefaced it by the last, he's been here 2 years. So.
Oh, the last 2 years? I think the one challenge, patience is always a challenge, but that's like any idea me and Aaron have. We're very much pushers and go, right? Me and him have kind of for the right reasons, the wrong reasons, a different mindset than a lot of people. We're more of a shoot, aim, ready kind of group here. I'll shoot first, figure out what I did wrong, aim it correctly, and now we're ready. Now I've learned my lessons, gone to not figure it all out, go through it. Now you're 6 months away after an opportunity's gone, right? So we want to be ahead of the opportunity and rolling when it's really hitting its peak. The hardest thing over the last 2 years is really like I alluded to a little bit before, is contractors do everything a little bit differently, right? No one's going to have the same process. No one's going to have the same personalities and so on. I think working and trying to, I don't want to say appease, but build up something that really helps all of them it can be very difficult. And having the patience, a little bit to play on Aaron, to build that all with technology to help, Mr. John, the roofer, and Mr. Bob, the roofer, who live in 2 different cities, 2 different time zones, 2 different, facilities and everything like that, staff and how they operate completely different. Oh, I do it this way. Cool. I have to build out some certain technologies to make that ability available for you. Or another guys who say, here's a file, call me when it's ready, and I don't care about it. Right. So like appeasing everybody, I don't want to call it appeasing more, is building a service that really helps and facilitates every single model of roofing and company to our best ability has been my biggest struggle, I think, to getting that done.
So Vince took a lot of time answering that. So I want to throw more in there. Right? Like I was quick and fast, and he gave you,
I answered the question.
Vince is right in the sense that specific to the last 2 years, I don't think we initially appreciated how our service is unmatched in the industry. So when we speak to roofers, we kind of don't want to tell them we're public adjusters because it all of a sudden creates a negative connotation of what an adjuster is. Our service is very different. Yes, we handle the claim and do all that, but we do residential. Most roofers aren't connected to PAs who do residential, right? We want to communicate to the roofer. We want to give them updates. We want them to know what's going on, right? Because that's what they complain. They don't want to handle my small claims. They don't tell me what's going on. Every roofer we've ever met, that's their experience with working with a public adjuster. So like we are in a space that nobody else occupies, and we're trying to get the message out and explain to roofers what we do differently. And the moment they hear PA, they kind of shut down. So that has been a challenge. We want to kind of keep that tight to the vest. We don't come out saying we're PA. We explain what we do, but that's definitely been a challenge. I don't think we foresaw going into this.
Yeah, being kind of lumped in with the PA world. Yes, we're public adjusters. It allows us to do what we do, but it's not what we're trying to be, right? Like what me and Aaron kind of alluded to always is like there's the artist public adjuster, and they're needed, and they're the great part. And there's a part of our business that does that, right? The art of adjusting. And then there's the business of adjusting. Getting back to Mrs. Smith needs representation, and no one
solving that, yeah.
Right? No one's going to do it. So then that means leave Mrs. Smith high and dry? No. Create a system and a model that works for Mrs. Smith, and the contractors we work with to help Mrs. Smith get paid and get everyone paid, right? So I think like we're more in the business of adjusting than we're in the art of adjusting, to kind of play off of what Aaron was saying.
Yeah.
Good.
Definitely.
Good. And there was a comment one day. I think that it was Aldo who made it. We were a public adjusting firm. Now we are a technology company that is doing public adjusting. What can you say about that?
What can I say about that? I mean, that's what we are. We've really morphed into a technology company that, is in the adjusting world. That's the vertical our technology plays in, right? So Uber is in the transportation vertical, but they're a tech company, right? Like there's not a lot of purely like outside of the big tech companies, right? Like the Googles and they're more in the information, data, so on, right? And there's a play there also, but really more importantly, like most tech companies are going to be in a certain vertical. Our tech company is in the vertical of claims adjusting, public adjusting, to be specific. So we're just been trying to add on to that vertical as much as possible so we can have the biggest building in the city.
And you guys have a big team behind you, obviously helping you out. How did you kind of teach them the process? Because both of you started it and it kind of grew. How did you start with that? How did you teach them the process? How to be successful at what they do now?
Whips, chains. No,
oh boy. So I think that the challenge initially was we hired people who had no background in adjusting necessarily years ago. And then, they kind of apprenticed under us and learned how to do things. And they're here and they've turned into, over years, they've turned into management for us. But now we seek to hire people who come to us with a certain background, right? So like, if you're going to settle claims for us, we're not going to teach you that from the ground up at this point. You're going to have experience doing that. We'll teach you our model, but you're going to have to come to us with a certain base in adjusting and knowledge. Otherwise it's impossible it's too long of a process, right? You're not going to go from not knowing anything about adjusting and in 6 months being a badass. You need to come to us with something, and then we'll grow that.
We used to have to teach fundamentals, right? Now you have to come with fundamentals, and I'll make you into a superstar, right? You work with our systems and our processes and our SOPs, and you follow it, right? You work with our team, our management team. They'll train you up. They'll work with you, right? They'll train you how to work on those every dollar and cents and make a claim move along. But you have to come with some basis. When you don't, it's really a hard uphill battle, right? There's a lot of nuance to claims. I always try to say there's five points of a claim, right? There's the claim itself, there's the damages, right? So there's the homeowner, the field adjuster, and the desk adjuster, right? So if any of those verticals change, and the insurance company. Sorry, so yeah, that's the fifth. So if any of those those options change, it changes the outcome, right? What all the other ones may be the same, but then it's State Farm over Allstate, or Allstate over State Farm, or Progressive over Chubb, or so on. It could change the whole outcome of the claim and how it's handled or how it's handled, whatnot. Or if the desk adjuster gets yelled at by his wife, or got into bad traffic and was late to work, and now he's angry, and you're his first phone call, and now you're trying to settle the claim with him, and he's like, hangs up on you. You got to understand how to handle those 5 variables, create a wonderful and super amazing recipe and result.
True. Now, let's move forward, because we're about to wrap it up, and I'm getting closer to those PG-13 questions that we got for you. But
what were the other questions?
You're gonna find out. Don't worry. Now, the last 2 questions that I got for you guys. Well, I got one. Noah has another one.
Caesar.
Huh?
I have questions for
you.
you.
Hey, he's got the big mic. Let him speak.
Okay, fine.
Shoot. Yeah, man.
He does have the big mic. I don't even have that.
But this is your show. That's what you don't get. It's not mine. It's not Noah's. But okay, from your point of view right now, what is the future of the industry? I mean, because you've been in this industry for a while, you've seen a lot of changes, a lot of things going on, right? But from your point of view, what is going to be the future like for the industry in general?
I wish I can screenshot their faces every time they look up at each other. They're like,
No, I didn't look at him. I'm thinking.
I'm just wondering if he's going to take it or not.
I think. No, I'm taking the question. I think the immediate future. I found being in this for 13 years, there's a lot of cyclicality, right? So there's expansion and contraction. So when we first started, the claim process was fairly easy compared to what it is now, and it's gotten harder and harder. But then there's been wins. I think we're entering a fairly negative environment in claims. But at the same time, it's just a matter of time until it expands again, right? Insurance can't get to a point where it's not paying anything. Otherwise, people wouldn't buy it. So I think we're in a process now. There's been a lot of storms. Insurance companies are getting pinched by reinsurance companies. It's no longer just a Florida issue. We have storms in the Northeast in the last 10 years. So I think we're just going through a tough cycle now in terms of policy and legislation and so forth that I think is going to start to open up in the next couple of years.
Okay, that's pretty good. And what about, for example, bulk adjusters, your virtual adjuster, your large loss adjuster, everything? What is going to be the role that all those companies are going to be playing in that future?
So I think that big insurance companies are moving towards. Yes, Aaron's 100% right on what everything he said. I think insurance companies as well are going to go more remote tech. And try to use technology to save them money for the good and for the bad, right? Just in time saving money. Well, I have to pay an adjuster to go out there and spend, an hour at a loss and so on and so forth. Can I replace that with a drone? Can I replace that with whatever technology that may be out there, right? Do I need to chalk up a roof, or could I use a company like RoofHawk AI to do all my, hail identification and so on? So I think they're going to go more in a tech way. And I think on the public adjusting side, I think that, especially in the residential, I think that there's more and more plays. I mean, there's tech companies, if you look at all the conferences we go to, there's more and more tech companies doing more and more in adjusting, roofing, and so on, that insurance companies need use. I mean, look at EagleView, right? EagleView, for example, they're changing they're expanding their technologies and abilities and so on. I mean, they're a tech company that does roof measurements, right? That was a huge thing for insurance companies. I don't need to send somebody out there to give me accurate measurements. You can just use a technology that's going to do all the roof measurements, slope, and everything like that. And it's spit into an Xactimate ESX file, so I can just slap it in, throw shingles on it, throw a macro into it, and I can have a claim done. Super. I just saved probably $1,000 in paying an adjusting firm to go out there and do it. And I saved, probably 5 days to a week, whatever it may be, and the claim moves along faster, right? Insurance companies, yes, they like to delay, deny, defend, right? But at the same time, they like to have information faster, right? They may hold on to the money longer, but they still want that information. So I think the same things with us, right? Is can I move along information? Can we move along information faster? Can we get information faster to insurance companies, to homeowners, to our roofing partners, and back? Can I get information back on? Aaron already gave his opinion, Joe. Can we get?
And Joe was saying, man, you speak for like you're in church, man. This is a long sermon.
He's passionate.
No, he's very
That's
bad. He's right. I think as technology comes out there,
Appreciated.
I'll say it better. As technology comes out there, insurance companies are going to use it to benefit them, to make it more. And we're going to do the same thing.
Do you think that roofing companies in general should also go into that direction?
Yeah, and they're starting to do that.
Who?
Roofing companies.
Roofing? Yeah, I mean, there's tons of roofing companies like technology. There's roofing companies that don't even come out to your property, right? They'll give you a quote and everything like that without coming out.
We know
they're using technologies. There's other roofing companies, measurement companies now, but why do I need to come out to your house to measure the property and so on and so forth, and then give you a quote when I can? What's your address, ma'am? Plop it in, have the measurements. You want shingle or tile? Tiles. Great. Here's a quote, ma'am. Here's your colors. If you're interested, that looks great. Obviously, we can hone it in better, but we can send somebody out. Oh yeah, 40,000 sounds great, sir. Can we set an appointment? Now they've saved time. They can move more leads. They've serviced the client in a timely manner, but also got the same result using technologies, right? All these technologies every single day, right? After a storm, me and Aaron lived in South Florida our whole lives, right? So one thing that I always, you really don't understand, you take it for advantage until it's gone, is power, right? You don't really think about how many things I need without power. You start to figure out, wow, my whole life is run around power. And then you take away your phone, how many things are run around technology and the ability to move information faster. Right? So like you start to get those things like, wow, things move faster. I can be more efficient with my time. I can get more results. I can get better results using technologies. And that's just what we're trying to do in a nutshell, really. Just take all that information, move it faster, get results faster, get better results for our clients and our roofing partners.
And something, and now that you're talking about all that, I'm thinking there is something that benefit everybody in general, indirectly or directly, depends, right? Which is actually the pandemic and the lockdown. And right now, people are a little bit more prone to use technology because of all that.
Yeah. It definitely accelerated for sure.
Exactly, because a grandma or a grandpa that they didn't know how to use a smartphone, now they are downloading, Instagram, and they are watching you guys doing videos.
Right.
So, I mean, that's something that is happening. Some people are actually opening up to technology. When before the pandemic, no, you cannot use your phone at work, or no Facebook, no nothing. I mean, right now, it's being used to communicate. It's being used to work. It's being used for a lot of things. And here in this industry, I think that you guys came up with an amazing idea. I'm sorry, with an amazing idea. Nobody else is doing it, right? But people that were like that before, a little bit reluctant, now are accepting the fact that, hey, with this app, I can get more jobs. I can be in communication with the public adjuster, with my homeowners. I can update them properly. So to wrap this up, I mean, with the questions, I think that you guys just came up with an amazing idea, and I think that everybody out there agrees. Obviously, you know that there are people that say, come on, I don't need a public adjuster.
The funny thing is, the people who give us the biggest pushback are other public adjusters who don't think that you can help somebody through technology. I have to be there, right?
And you argue with them.
Yeah, then you just kind of ignore that, right? And there are instances where on large laws or very detailed things, you got to be there, and we agree on that. But for the most part, I don't think we've had a single client or roofer not want to work with us because it's a virtual model.
I mean, things are changing. Times
Yeah.
are changing.
Right.
Right.
And they see that it's a game changer for them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So we need to adapt. So, guys, one last question, and this is outside the business, actually, but it's not part of the 5 questions. Hold on.
Oh, there's 5 more.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So the thing is that something that is so cool about YBA, about Bulldog, is the promotions, the ads, the videos, everything. But the question that I got is, I see Vince all the time in those videos, but Darren, not you. Why?
Yeah, why?
All right.
Why?
I'll be honest with you. Caesar, being in El Paso, it's hard for you to see this. But Vince,
He only has a top hat. He actually has no legs.
I try to be on camera. I'm doing it now, right? I try to be in front of the camera. I try to be in ads, and Vince just is very pushy. He insists on being there. He wants to be the face of the company. And over time, I said, you know what? This is what you want to do. Go do it. We need the ads. Get it done. We every week we review the ads and we compare all the different ad sets, right? And we see who's performing the best. And every week without fail, across the board, Vince is the lowest ad set. If you want to do it, you spend a little extra money, makes you happy, makes you feel good.
If you're watching this, Kyle,
By all means,
Kyle,
do it.
watching
Vince.
this, please send the back.
So
Show it.
if you go on Instagram and look at her reels, right? Some of the reels that have the highest views have my face on it. Right?
Okay.
So,
Happy co-partner, happy life.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing you only in one video, man.
He's
One
been in a
single
lot.
video.
So the real story is I've tried. He's just camera shy, and that's fine. I'm okay with it.
there's no proof of that.
He's gotten better. He used to be like, no, I don't. I'll hold the camera. He's
Oh.
gotten better.
Yeah, I saw you in 2. One, you were driving Vince, and the other one, you were wearing a wig, and you were working
I
like a
remember
butler.
that ad.
Yeah, that one was cool,
That was a good ad.
right?
Yeah.
But don't be camera shy. I'm camera shy, man. I'm not camera material, and I'm here, but it's like more like a Zoom call.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Okay.
Okay. So
Let's get these hard hitting questions.
Yeah.
yeah, man. So we got these questions before we wrap it up and give you the announcement, right? So these questions are PG-13. Please keep that in mind. So we're gonna start with a very simple one. Noah, you go ahead and do the first one.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Simple. What makes you guys smile? What makes you happy?
PG-13. PG-13.
Caesar, you just told everyone an answer that they didn't even have to say.
I feel that. Not work related, just in general.
Yeah, in general.
Hey, man.
I'll be cheesy. What makes me smile? Yeah,
My child. Yeah. Okay.
children.
Children.
One
Children.
day you smile. Yeah, I mean the same. That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah.
Like I can survive on a lot less if I didn't have kids. I wouldn't do all this. Maybe it's a lot of motivation. So I think at our core, our families matter a lot. It's what we do. They sacrifice probably. No, not probably. They sacrifice as much of it. We're not home. We're long hours. We're a lot better than we used to be. But I mean, me and Aaron, when building this, we would work every single day, basically, except for Saturday, and every day would be from like 5 or 6 in the morning till midnight.
Wow.
And that was a cheesy answer, Vince.
Right. So I think what's so cheesy? You said the same thing. I just sounded
All right, shoot. Next
What's
question.
the next one? Come on, I want some hard ones. Man.
Okay, so this is water cooler talk, actually.
I know you also make me smile.
Every time I text you, Caesar, like, hey, I got a question for you, and you go like, what did I do wrong? No, like, relax. I just have a question. That makes me smile.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. You know something? Because I was afraid. Hey, am I screwing up? Oh my God, Big Boss is sending me messages.
Big boss.
Yeah, but turns out no. Hey, dude, what's up? Hey, so yeah, I get it. So the next one is water cooler talk. Actually, have you ever had a fight? You two, but I mean a real fight. Like I wanna punch this guy in the face. So.
Well, we've only had one fight, to be honest. Okay, it's one continuous fight. It hasn't ended yet.
Oh, it hasn't ended. Okay.
Oh,
It's one continuous fight.
And what's it about?
Whatever the topic is. At the moment.
Here's the thing. We're both we both. I don't like argue too much. I don't get high. He's very emotional.
Oh,
Can you edit this? Is there a post?
So
like
he can be high and low, right? I'm kind of like even keeled constantly, right? Now you're gonna get with me in a room full of people or a room by myself. I'm gonna be the same Vince, right? Aaron can kind of fluctuate and emotionally, right? And so we get heated, but at the same time, like people who were watching us be like, "Oh my god, they just had a horrible fight," and like 2 minutes later, we're having a good time.
Yeah, I think the key to our
Like
relationship
brothers.
is we move on very, very quickly.
Mhm.
Yeah, it helps that we have really bad memories. So
Like I don't think there's been one argument or conflict or anything that's lasted more than a day.
Okay, good.
Even that long. Am I wrong, Vince?
after the time you fired me,
Yeah, that part's true.
that was like
Yeah.
2 days. If you, but like,
But that was over a weekend because it was a Friday.
yeah.
So had it been
Yeah,
like
he couldn't answer you. Yeah.
No, but I'll tell you about that moment. It was a good moment. Truthfully, it was a game changer. I'm glad he fired me.
When was this?
Year
13 years ago.
Yeah, like
Mm.
yeah.
Okay.
You know what it was? It's actually what probably catalyst.
Ha! Smack to the face.
You know, it was a catalyst to what we just explained, right? Like fights aren't going to last long,
Hmm.
right?
They're wondering like if we're partners, how did I fire you? I think that's the look on their face.
That's what. Yeah. Vince keeps turning it into such serious questions.
Yeah.
Go on, go.
It led to a good partnership.
Take Mr. 2-word answer guy. All right, go ahead.
I mean, think about
Okay.
how long their attention span. It's been 46 minutes.
People.
Hey, that's because we're enjoying the
Yeah.
show, man. That's why.
That's why it's
So-
lasting.
And we're like,
And by the way, Aldo said that he's not jealous at all.
We put it up
so,
on the screen, right?
Yeah. So, okay. Hi to Aldo. What's up, Aldo?
Okay.
Now, next one.
What is your favorite snack?
my favorite snack. It used to be because I can't do it anymore. I used to be a big candy guy, like a lot of it. So like any candy, Laffy Taffies.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
For a while, we had
That's a
to.
kosher staple.
For a while, we had to go to the hood to go to gas stations to get
Dill
Vince
pickle
dill
chips.
pickle chips because you don't sell anywhere
And
else.
grape soda.
Yeah.
I used to love grape soda. I don't do
Ew.
it, but what do you mean, ew?
Grape
soda. It's
Doesn't that
good.
taste like
I'm,
medicine?
I'm driving with Vince one day across Alligator Alley. Alligator Alley is a road that goes from East Florida to West Florida.
Mm-hmm.
There's no traffic lights. It's a highway. And he's driving, and I'm kind of sitting in the passenger seat. I'm not paying attention. And all of a sudden, like he's got his window down. You're going 70, 80 miles an hour. You don't have your window down. He's not a smoker. I look over, and he's throwing out his yellow Mike and Ike's. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, why are you throwing them out the window? Right? I'm like, just give them to me.
Because yellows are gross.
Right. So like he used to be like a big candy guy, but thank God he's
Wow, he was like that picky. He
Yeah.
knew the
He
flavor.
off,
He
like,
liked.
hey, you want my yellow ones? I don't like the yellow
They
ones. He's
deserve
just
to
sitting there throwing them out the window.
Yellow Mike and Ike's and yellow.
The alligators
Yeah,
are
they
eating.
just- they-
Yeah, they're eating the
Mike and Ike's
candy.
now.
Those things deserve to die. So,
But I gotta ask, man, how come you cannot eat candy anymore?
because it makes you fat, Caesar.
Because he doesn't have any teeth. They're all false. All the teeth in his mouth are false. Let's be honest.
You don't want to be a diabetes buddy of mine.
No.
So-
It just like I couldn't. It was bad. When you're young, you can wake up and not feel like your stomach's gonna explode, But now at my ripe old age of 35, if I eat like something sugary past the time of like 7:30, my stomach wants to explode. So it was just a health decision. Also wanting to see my kids
Also,
past the age of 50.
I don't mean to be rude, but we got Oprah after this, so let's get to the.
Okay.
Where's the hard
Okay.
question?
Let's move on then. So the next one, what is your go-to funny movie or show?
Funny movie.
It has to be funny.
Yeah, but no, the
No,
favorite
any
one.
show. Yeah,
Yeah,
Wedding Crashers.
Wedding Crashers.
that's a good one.
I haven't watched that one.
Go
You should.
No,
funny movie.
my sense of humor is a little bit.
Which one?
Anchorman.
Anchorman. Oh, I know that movie.
Oh my God, yeah.
I don't think Aaron's gonna say actually.
Do they not have movies in El Paso?
Of course,
Okay.
definitely.
Caesar just
You
doesn't.
got some catching up to do.
Yeah.
Huh?
You got some catching up to do.
No, Anchorman. Yeah, I haven't watched that one because I didn't want to watch it, man. Not because
I didn't watch
don't
that one
have
either.
it.
Yeah.
Anchorman, I watched it so many freaking times because it's so
Or Home
dumb.
Alone 2. Home Alone
That's
2.
a classic.
Home Alone 2, but Home Alone 1 is actually better, man.
Mm.
I mean, being in New York, and yeah, I'm gonna.
Hashtag false, Caesar.
Okay. I give you that.
Okay,
give you
last question. What is your favorite mixed alcoholic drink? How do you drink alcohol usually?
Rum and Coke.
Rum and Coke.
Rum and Coke.
Okay.
That's the elixir of life.
Yeah, no.
Aaron?
Okay.
So I don't drink like I used to. It's just as you get older, it just gets harder and harder. So I drink wine now.
But what used to be your favorite drink?
You ever had Booker's? It was a bourbon. It's a bourbon, and
Yeah.
I mean that stuff will knock you over.
Oh my God.
Okay.
A year ago, like when I was younger, back in my day.
No, it's been like 3 years.
Actually, I'm the only one here on this show that I can say that back in my years because I'm older than you guys. So yeah.
Back in my years, though, I can't drink like that either.
My God, you were drinking Kool-Aid. So
Yeah. I think she was born after the Kool-Aid trend.
yeah,
I think so too.
yeah, true. So you didn't know the Kool-Aid man.
I knew the Kool-Aid
So
man,
sad.
but it wasn't like that serious.
No, for us was actually the jar. You know, not the
When he busted the wall.
exactly. Yeah.
God.
Kool-Aid man. So, yes. Okay, last one, Vince. Is it true that you get confused with Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
I mean, I was the second that he came on, I was like, "Oh my God, did we bring a celebrity?"
Deadpool. But okay. But okay.
Wow.
Okay, guys. So with this last question, we wrap it up. And my God, it was so cool to have you guys here.
Yeah, we
to
appreciate
learn
it.
from you
Is this
guys.
the last Caesar Noah show?
What?
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna get there, but
We're
actually,
getting
talk about how great he is with patience.
Oh my God,
yeah,
that was spoiler alert. We're gonna,
yeah. So
We
it's,
gotta say it now.
we gotta, yeah.
it's like, did you tell the kids already that we bought them a PlayStation? No, dude, hold on. So
Take them off already. Oh my God, I'm sick of them.
yeah, no. Let's actually keep Vince and Aaron for this. So we are going to wrap it up. And obviously, I got to thank you guys for being here. And it was so great to have you here, for us to give us information, share information, the inspiration, exactly, both for Aaron, both for Vince. But the reason why I want to keep them here is because this is the last announcement. Santa isn't real. My God,
I was
you
thinking the
didn't
same
know.
thing, by the way. Although if
He
you want to,
is.
hurt people's feelings on that.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Santa isn't, but the Easter Bunny is, man. So
Okay.
tough luck. Okay, so today I have to make an announcement, and this is that my friend with big family, the big family, not the big family, the big smile, and the tiny mic, Noah,
There's my tiny way.
unfortunately, is not going to be with us anymore.
What?
This you didn't know?
How come nobody told me this?
Oh my God. So, Noah, it's really sad for me to say, yeah, farewell. Thank you so much. I enjoyed doing these live streams with you so freaking much because when I started, I was just shaking and I was by myself and I was like, here's the app. And
then you brought me on and we were both shaking together.
Exactly. But right now, I think that we got to relax. We got to have a fun show. But always the purpose was to inform the contractors, not only our contractor partners, but the contractors out there, homeowners. So this is sad, but I'm happy for you as well because hey, you got changes coming. Changes are good. So I want to wish you the best of luck and thank you so much for all the effort and for sharing this space with me. So thank you so much.
I appreciate you. The show has, I think, helped a lot of people, which is great. That's what we wanted. And it's been really fun.
Yep.
You want to thank guys? I want to thank Noah.
Well, I just want to say thank you for having us on your last show. That's been pretty
Noah,
awesome.
It's been great.
I didn't sign your farewell card because I suck at these things. Also, I knew I was going to be on this live and it was going to be your last one. So
Noah got a
publicly
farewell card?
everyone.
Yeah, I know. I saw your little nudnik. Right away, I knew who it was.
So I want to thank you for everything you've done for us. You've been a great asset to the company and to the team. We wish you all the best. in your future endeavors. And
Just don't move back to New Jersey. That's not a good idea.
yeah, New Jersey.
No, I'm staying in Florida. I'm not leaving this place. Oh my
Okay.
God, I could never go back there.
Again, thank you for everything you've done for us. You laid a foundation. You went to a new position, laid a foundation for for the next person and the next person that would fill that role. Don't have that yet at all, but
Send your applications in.
but we want to thank you, and Caesar, thank you for putting on the show. Thank you for having me and Aaron. It's been real fun. I think maybe we should do like a after hours one, like more of a rated R one. That'd be fun.
That would be awesome.
Well, I'm not happy you're leaving. I'm just happy that you will no longer abuse me on camera, right?
Yeah, you and a few other people.
Well, because I think I mean,
Why
it's
do
easy
you
for
work
you.
here? I don't work here.
Oh man.
Wait, by the way, how come you guys weren't in the chicken wing hot sauce challenge?
Because none of the flavors were kosher, and they don't like Jews here.
Okay.
And it was Friday.
Yeah,
Oh.
and then they planned it on Friday when we couldn't be here.
I watched it though. I think that was some of Noah's best work.
There was so
It was
many
good.
wall scratching after that video in the restroom. Just regretting every single freaking bite. But that was so cool.
Yeah, it was-
But anyway,
All
so guys, thank you so much for those that you that have watched our show. Thank you so much. Thank you, Noah. Thank you so much, Vince and Aaron. We're
you. Thanks for
signing off.
Yeah, signing off for the last time. Thanks,
Yeah,
guys, for
for the
joining
last
us.
time.
Joe, shout out to Aldo. Shout out to Alejandro.
You
Yeah.
get a car. You get a car. I just want to do that.
Felipe. Everybody makes this show happen. Thank you.
Alejandra, thank you
I
for
said
taking
that.
care. She's
Thank
the
you,
best.
Ale. Yeah.
Thank
And you
everyone.
should have the credits rolling down right now.
Yeah, we really should.
Yeah, and some
With that like
music in the
sad
background.
like that song to get it out. Yeah.
Oh my God! But no,
Okay.
thank you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon, hopefully. And hey, the best of luck. Go
Appreciate
and grow your business. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Bye, everyone.